Tell my story. All right, good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here. My name is Stacey Sharrow Simpson. It is my pleasure, my honor. Thank you so much, Wilma, for inviting me. And yes, I am a beauty queen, but at the end of the day, that's not what this is about. Yes, it is about beauty. It's about beauty from inside out and who you are individually and making a difference in your world. And I think the reason that my story touched Wilma is because I am a little bit more than a beauty queen. 20 years ago, on September 11th, 1996, I became, well, now I call myself a cancer grad, but I was diagnosed with terminal lymphoma. I was given 8 weeks to live.
Wow.
Oh, it gets better. I'm supposed to make y'all cry, right? I'm supposed to make you feel something, so I promise I will make you feel something. So the doctor suggested that I undergo radiation and chemotherapy and maybe make an attempt to trying to fend off the cancer that I was given. And I went, okay, sure, let's try it. The doctor said to me, you know, there's a good chance you're going to get another kind of cancer from the treatments we give you. And I went,
Good doctor.
okay, well, they were being honest. And I went, okay, so what's the upside to this? And he said, well, we can have a cure in 10 to 15 years, or you can die. And I went, let's go for it. Well, I call myself a cancer grad because I don't like using the word survivor. Because at the end of the day, survivor, it's a battle. Yes, I battle cancer, but I feel like that's a battle against myself. At the end of the day, I didn't battle myself. I used my inner energy, the powers that the doctors gave me, the powers God gave me, to overcome it.
Awesome.
And I've been lymphoma free since then.
Bravo.
However, the doctors were right. In 2008, I got my second degree in cancer, breast cancer. Luckily, I followed what the normal situations were. I got mammograms. They found it early. They went in. They took it out, and I've been breast cancer free ever since.
Bravo.
2010, a little bit of a curveball. I was training for a triathlon, well actually training for a marathon. Started coughing up blood. The doctors are like, rushed to the ER. They said, has anybody checked your heart lately? And I went, I'm an athlete, why would there be any problem? Turns out that the original chemotherapy caused me to have heart failure. Okay, that's fine. We can handle that. Put me on some meds. We'll be all right. 2 months later, I was diagnosed with my third cancer.
Oh, God.
Skin cancer. Went through chemo again. Okay. Cancer-free since. So, all good. Went back to my healthy lifestyle. Went back to making a difference in the world. One of the things that happened after my diagnosis, because I was diagnosed originally September 11th, 1996. So my come to Jesus moment was September 11th, 2001. I was feeling guilty, and I thought, gosh, I gotta do something. I gotta make a difference. And that's how this started. I had a dream that if I won a pageant, a crown would open up all these amazing opportunities for me to share that original story of being a cancer survivor, or cancer grad, as I like to call it again. And luckily I did. Amazing opportunities, been to 42 states, I've been to the White House.
Oh, wow.
I've volunteered over 8,000 hours to cancer charities. I've raised over $4 million for cancer charities. And not to find any cure. I mean, yes, eventually that's what we want.
Wow.
But helping to support families, helping to do things for families. I work with Relay for Life, I work with the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, and then I also work with an organization called the 4-A-Day Foundation, where we host parties for little girls and little boys. They're in the hospital going through cancer treatments. Make their lives fun. Let them forget about cancer. So let's fast forward a little bit back to 2010. I start to feel better. I'm doing my thing. Start training for a triathlon to raise money for the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. And I got hit by a truck riding my bike. Seriously. At that point, my heart dropped down to 10% functioning. The doctors talked about putting me on a transplant list. I said, you know what? I'm not ready for that yet. So let's find something else. Luckily, a doctor suggested that I get involved with the Stem Cell Institute at the University of Miami. So I got my own stem cells.
Yay.
To regrow the damage that my chemotherapy had done. Because why not use your body to fix your body? Would you not agree?
Yep. Yes.
So we did. And while they were putting the stem cells in, they found a 90% blockage to my main artery going to my heart. So pretty much I would have dropped dead if we had not have gotten those stem cells. I would have had a massive heart attack. So now I got this really cool scar from my back. I like it. It goes well with jewels, you know?
You gotta tattoo it.
No, you can't tattoo it. Because I can't tattoo any of the tattoos from radiation either, because, you know, technically they need to know where that stuff is. Go figure. That's okay. I still find ways to ornament it. So I'm competing for the title of Mrs. Elite U.S. Woman of Achievement. I'm going to share my story, continue to share my story. I do it all the time on a network that I started on my own called Pageantry Now. We do shows live on You Now every night where I highlight the positive things that happen in the pageantry. Because people sometimes think, toddlers and tiaras? Really? That's what you do? I'm like, no. I meet amazing women like me that are making a difference in the world, like all of you. So, and I've had an amazing run with it. I've met Miss Universe, Miss USA, Miss Teen USA, Steve Harvey, if anybody watched that one, I was there. And I've been able to travel quite a bit doing that. And the intent is that if I win this title, of the national title, is that I'll continue to do that on a larger scale. No different than what I've been doing right now, but really to help other people see how positive pageantry can be and how beauty comes from inside of you. It's not your color, it's not your religion, it's not your size, it's not what you believe in, except for what you believe inside. And that's what this event is all about. So I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for hearing my story.
I tell you, the key thing is all of us in this room are going through something. We're going through something. We're going through something. When you listen to her story, we got hope.
Yes. No power.
I hope.
Correct. Right? All of that, I told myself, what would I do? But you know what?
You do what you gotta do.
Exactly.
You do what you gotta do.
So that was just to say, we can't faint, we just gotta keep on going. So I want to thank you. I want to thank each and every one of you again. Enjoy some factory after fashion. And wait for the beauty panel to come out, because we have a lot of information and I want your participation.
Awesome.
I'm not calling one or two of you out. So be careful. Okay? Thank you. You're welcome.
Bye, guys. Thank you.